A very good morning and welcome to MCI TV. This is the early edition and my name is Edwin Holmes. Yeah? We always hear from 8 to 9, trying so much to give our opinions and most definitely also find solutions. I'm not always here alone. On my extreme left is Geraldine. A very good morning.
A very good morning. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Kalala Geraldine is my name. Call me Jira. Juma Karim to the Muslims.
All right. And to my near left is a gentleman, Williams. A good morning.
A very good morning. My name is William Opio. I'm very excited to be part of this morning show.
Okay. Today we are going to be looking at the freedom of journalists. Briefly, in 2021, over 10 journalists were brutally attacked by the security operatives. Coming back here in 2025, journalist Stephen Bide of Nation Media Group was allegedly assaulted by the police at Wandegea police station while reporting. Ibrahim Miracle is another victim of the brutality of the security operatives. Here's our question. Does this paint a clear picture of what we are yet to see in the 2026 general elections? But before we go there, let's have the news.
Thanks so much, Edwin. A very warm welcome to MCI News. I am Abisagi Narada. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we are coming live to you from Kampala, where the ongoing violence during the Kawempe by-elections has raised concerns about press freedoms. We have a report from Patience Diana, who has been investigating on the attacks on journalists and the implications of their press freedoms leading to the 2026 elections. Meanwhile, in a bid to promote equality and equip the next generation of journalists with the necessary skills, the Media Challenge Initiative has kicked off its first week of training at Jeffrey Hotel. Our reporter JJ is live at the fellowship training. JJ, can you please tell us more of what's happening at the Fellowship Training Center?
Well, from the auditions at universities to the radio contest to the TV edition, or call it the newsroom contest, the national newsroom contest, to now the 26 students that were selected among the many that applied for this particular media fellowship program. And as I speak here at Jeffrey Hotel in Makere Chikoni, students are already the training is ongoing, and the 26 students are all in presence here and are already studying. But this week here has been themed the Foundations and Multimedia Week. And what I've seen before, because I've spent some days here, is the fact that students have been equipped with almost things that some of them never expected to get here. But I won't speak on their behalf because there is somebody here whom I want to tell us what exactly the highlight from this training so far has been. Mr. Please, may you stand up and tell us your name and what your highlight so far has been in the 2 days you've spent here?
Okay, my name is Shadrach Bethelafayo. I'm a media student from Livingston International University in Bali. The key highlight that I've gotten from this fellowship this year has been that when you come here, come with an open mind to be able to learn. Just open up your heart and mind to be able to learn, because there's so much that you're going to be able to get from here. There's so many skills that you're going to be equipped with. So if you come with a closed mind saying this is particularly what I want, you might miss out on the rest of the other things that you're meant to learn here.
Well, Afayo, in the studios today, our colleagues there are talking about the press freedom and so forth, and you are a young journalist aspiring to be that big giant, that big journalist that everybody wants to talk about. Do you feel still inspired to pursue your career as a journalist, even given the condition that's going on in the country and journalists are being brutalized?
Yeah, we find ways of maneuvering through different challenges and struggles in life. We cannot really say we're not going to push on our careers just because of a few cases of brutality. Of course, not to justify that, security forces need to be trained. Journalists also need to be trained on what to do. We just need to find a common ground on how we can coexist, that the security forces respect the boundaries journalists are supposed to work within, and also journalists also respect the other aspect of the security officers doing their job. But we cannot give up on our dreams just because of the brutality of the police. We have to continue pursuing and maybe advocating for policies that can change the state of affairs when it comes to journalism in our country.
Well, thank you so much, Afayo. For him, he still says he'll go for it regardless of whatever happens. Now, this training goes on until Sunday. That's where they'll be going back. And again, they'll be expected after some days. I mean, Jacob Junior Mgesi for MCI TV, Makerere Chikoni.
Thanks so much, JJ. To take you back, our dear listeners, I for one, am my MCI alumni, and I would implore all the young journalists to take up these spaces because, they can help you to come up with certain skills and also enable you to fill in these spaces. I remain Abisagi Narada. Back to you to the studio.
All right, thank you so much, Abisagi. It is really so wonderful seeing young journalists still passionate and having that zeal to continue despite of whatever is happening.
Challenges. Even I have my young cousin. She was like, Baba, I want to apply for the fellowship training. Regarding the history, I was like, baby girl, just go ahead. Yeah.
All right, back to the point. Does this paint a clear picture of what we are yet to see in the 2026 general elections? Williams?
I would say it does paint a picture. Why? Because, this is Uganda. And we have been having cases where journalists are brutally punished.
Yeah.
So, every time you have elections in this country, of course, journalists are supposed to, step out and, go and cover the news. They're supposed to give awareness to the people about what is going to take place. And now we have a scenario in our country whereby the leading party, which is already in power, the NRM, and then now you bring in the NOP, which is the most dominant.
Yeah, true.
So you will really have to expect something like that because, the journalist will want to cover stories of the NOP, which is most dominant. And by doing so, the government that is already in power doesn't want journalists to cover such kind of a thing.
Okay, let us not put it to that direction. Looking at the journalist from Nation Media Group, Stephen, he was standing outside Wandegea police station.
Yeah.
He was reporting. He wasn't near a rally. He wasn't reporting about Nope.
Reporting about different stuff.
Yeah.
And
here he is being dragged and trying to be arrested.
It's such a bad activity that is going on with our security personnel, but it's just by elections and the brutality is always going on. We have history of the 2021 elections and everything, like journalists being beaten, nothing is being done by the people in power. We should expect more to happen, more violence to happen in 2026 elections. But to go back on Om's statement, I think we're in a setting where we think we journalists we are under the libertarian setting, but in actual sense we might be under the authoritarian setting. Because why would someone be beaten in front of a police station and no action is done? So we might be having an idea we're in a different setting, yet also the authoritative people also think we are in a different setting.
True.
Yeah.
William, do you think the security operatives are trying to insert fear in the journalists?
I don't think really it's a aspect of fear, but they are trying just to really do their job. Yeah. They are also
their job by beating up journalists.
It comes from a point of they are also given, authority.
Yeah, true.
To do what they are doing. like orders come from above. So when they are told like, okay, do this, I don't want this to happen, I don't want this to appear on air, and that's what's going to push them, to act the way they act to the journalists. So it's not really a thing of fear, but I think they just follow orders, and that's what really pushes them to do what they are doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Following orders is something so different. But
Very different.
looking at the by-elections, the Kawempe North by-elections, when journalists are reporting for other political parties,
Okay.
say NRM,
Yeah.
they are not under threat for any reason.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the opposition, they seem to be
Massive.
threatened a lot.
Yeah.
What is your take?
When it comes to the opposition side, I think the ruling party might be a little bit threatened with all these big crowds, the young people, children, older people running around with the Bobby Wine rallies, with the Nalukola rallies. They feel a little bit threatened, so they would like these people not to show to the rest of the world what is really happening, maybe in Kampala. A person in Nakasongola maybe should not know that a lot of people now are on to change. They want this person rather than the ruling government. So they end up forbidding these people from covering such stories, and I don't think it's a nice thing. Let people choose.
All right. Before we wind up, what possible solutions do you think we can start with as,
First of all, I would like us as journalists to embrace the Chankwanzi project. Let's go there. Get some karate moves in a way that even like they say, God helps those who help themselves.
Yeah,
if a
true.
person is like coming onto you with a baton and stuff, at least you have a punch to give that person. Let's embrace that program. We shall get at least
so
how to protect
you want the
ourselves
journalists to fight back, yeah?
in a peaceful way, like, you understand?
Okay, William,
Talking
solutions.
about the Chakwanzi,
Yeah.
program. So you may go for that all, but it all zeroes down to one thing.
Yeah.
When we don't have a clear communication between the security personnel, to be told on how to really do their work. They go out there and then they treat journalists the way they're being treated. Why? Because they have not been told what to really do. So I feel like they should actually give the security personnel what to really do, to do the right thing, how to handle the journalists. And I feel
training.
Yeah,
that
true.
problem can be really solved.
All right. Thank you so much. We shall be continuing the conversation on our social media platforms. That is MCI TV on X. Don't forget to follow us. Share your opinion. Do you think this is a reflection of what we are yet to see in the 2026 general election? Sorry. And if so, what solutions do you think can be put on table so that journalists exercise their movement, their rights as journalists in Uganda? I'm Edwin Oms. I've been with William Onpio and of course Geraldine
Geraldine.
Kalala. Till
Assalamu
meet again.
alaikum. It's the early edition.
All right.